All right. Sorry, you guys are all still there. I'm surprised. My whole internet just like crashed and knocked me out, but I guess I didn't miss anything.
I guess it can.
Yeah, that,
Are you guys hearing me? Am I in here?
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Like I got kicked off and had to restart everything. Anyway, I don't know where we were. I guess Hervé was finishing up with his thing.
Lauren wants to share.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please.
All right, this is mostly just, showing off.
That's okay. We like that too.
I figured. Okay, let's see. But thank you for humoring me. Let's see, it's October 20th, right, Mike? No photos? All right, so I'm finding tons of hen out of the woods. That's been pretty exciting. I found these 3 like a week ago. They were all in pristine condition, so that was exciting.
Those are so delicious. That is exciting.
You know what's really interesting to me is I've eaten these before, at restaurants, prepared in various ways, and I never liked it. I thought it was kind of gross. It was my least favorite mushroom. I just really didn't like it. And Mike and I have said, when we find one ourselves fresh, we have to at least try it once and see what it's like. And to me, and I'm curious how you guys feel, there's just a gigantic difference between fresh ones that you make yourself and the ones that you get in, cultivated. Like the ones cultivated have a very distinct taste to them that I don't like. But to me, these fresh ones that I found did not have that same strong taste. These were just delicious. It's really weird.
Lauren, is that
Yeah.
a beach? Is that a beach tree?
It is a beach, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's unusual.
Yeah, it's not usual. I've seen them one time on the beach tree, but it's not.
A few years ago, we had a fellow coming from North Carolina. He was studying these things. The ones that are cultivated come from Asia. They're different. They're genetically different than the ones that we find growing wild, he said. And yeah, he was doing samples, and he discovered that the different places they actually vary, and it's very hard to grow these. They're hard to what do they call it? To take to samples. Can you remember that, Dorothy, the African American man who came from North Carolina when he talked about these things?
I forget.
Oh, okay.
But you find them in Europe also. The Griffola frondosa. You find them in Europe.
Genetically different. He said that that every one that he sampled was a little bit different. And I just remember him talking about how different they were. So that might be why they taste different, because they're all called Griffola frondosa, but maybe not all really.
Yeah, I can tell you this, because I buy a lot of these because I work in a restaurant and I serve these like year round in different menus. And the ones that I purchase, when they're the ones that they grow in Kennett Square, they're a little bit smaller and they tend to be a lot more fragile, but the flavor is fairly the same. But I sometimes get ones that are grown in China, and they come in these plastic bags, and they're always really acidic, and I really don't like them. They're really small. They're only the size of my fist. And they always come in these like breathable cellophane bags, but they always have this like,
really interesting.
It's like sourness to them. And those, I never considered it for being different species, as Nina's saying, which it very well could be. That actually seems pretty likely, but I always just thought it had to do with the growing conditions.
These are all questions you need to ask Tina Eller when you have her for the.
Yeah, yeah.
because they grow them big time in the Phillips in Kent Square.
All right.
What
Yeah,
about,
the ones that I get from Phillips, because oftentimes they do come from Phillips, they're always really kind of fragile and I don't tell Tina, but I think kind of bland compared to the wild ones.
Yeah,
It
I
could
think
be
the commercial
they're
ones are just
growing.
bland compared to the wild ones. The wild ones have such wonderful flavor.
That's true.
I was puzzled by the fact that this is with beech.
Ooh,
Yeah.
me too, because that's a very unusual.
I don't know. I found them with beech. I found it with sycamore. I find it mostly with oak, but I
Yeah.
found them with beech before.
Yeah.
I saw them one time on beech tree.
Yeah, I occasionally find them on beech trees too. Not that often though. One in 50 times maybe, something like that.
I found one on a black cherry, which did have a different flavor, but it was definitely Griffola.
Wow.
Nice.
All right. Let's see.
I have a question. Has anybody been successful in drying them? Because it tastes terrible. I mean, I freezing them. They taste terrible when they're frozen. To me, they taste like a wet dog. You know, they smell like a wet dog.
I don't know. I
think-
saute them a little bit and then I freeze them and they're pretty good. Actually, it's one of the ones that freeze pretty well. I dry them too and it makes they rehydrate really well.
But what works extremely well is to make jerky with them. So first, I make them lose their water, you know, in a pan. Then I put soy sauce and brown sugar. I let them sit there. And then I dry them, you know, I cook them again a little bit in the pan to extract the juice. And I put in a food dryer. And it's delicious, absolutely delicious. It tastes like licorice.
I've made a duxelle with ones that Bill found. And so I dice up some onions, or some people use something similar, and dice it up small. And then I add a little thyme, a little Worcestershire sauce, and I've been mixing it with my scrambled eggs in the morning.
If you look at my picture here, you can see I have some in front of me. It's jerky made out of grapefruit.
Oh.
It tastes really, really good. It tastes like licorice. So soy sauce and brown sugar.
Well, Hervé, next time we're allowed to have an in-person meeting, you're in charge of bringing that, okay?
Okay, if I don't eat everything before.
All right, what else do you guys have, Lauren?
And I put them in the soup too. It makes a delicious soup.
Makes very good soup.
So some exciting mushroom news is I have bluets growing in my front yard and my backyard, like a whole bunch of them. So I'm very happy about that. They just keep popping up. I don't know where they came from. Okay, this is the one I want help with. I think that iNaturalist said, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this correctly. Is it gymnopus?
Yeah.
If they had a white spore print.
Stem doesn't look right for Gymnopus triophilus.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I'm sorry, stem does not look right to me for Gymnopus triophilus. Anybody else? It looks more like,
I don't know if there is something called Gymnopus strictipes or Marasmius
Marasmius
strictipes.
Marasmius strictipes.
Marasmius strictipes.
Could you enlarge the picture, please?
I'm sorry?
Could you enlarge the picture, please?
Oh, sure.
About the
Hold on.
name on the chat. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Sorry, I'm having.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Does that help? All right, but it's marasmius.
It could be. You can just check that info.
Yeah, they confuse all of us, those two species sometimes.
Marasmius and what, Dorothy?
Marasmius strictipes, and it has that yellowy orange cap with darker
Yep.
in the center
Yep.
on the surface. And check out Gymnopus dryophilus. Just try to see as many pictures as you can, top and bottom, and go from there.
Okay.
Yes.
So
That's
so
a definite.
So these I have only found like 2 before. I mean, granted, I've only been doing this for a couple of years now, but you know, I only found them like growing singly, and you know, I find one and then I'm all excited about it. And this I found a few days ago, and it was like an entire hillside.
Wow.
It was awesome. Most of them were real tiny, and as you can see, like a lot of them were beat up with like, it looked like somebody went around like chewing the tops off of each one of them.
But that's how they grow.
Yeah.
That's
Is that how they grow?
it. Clavaria delphus truncatus would be my guess anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, they're so neat looking.
Yeah, they are. And that looks like oak leaves around it, maybe?
Yeah, I forget what was right. I mean, I know that area generally there's lots of oaks and beeches, but I don't know specifically. Yeah, but I mean, it was a whole big area of them, which I've never seen that with these things before.
Yeah, that's really
It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We found one in Chestnut Park. One. And it has that color.
Come up to Huntington County, I'll show you the hillside.
All right, go ahead.
How tall are
And
those?
just- What?
How tall?
The big one in the foreground was a couple of inches. It was just they're not very tall. The little ones were real little, maybe an inch.
Yeah, that's probably still what it is.
I've been finding tons of puffballs. This was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't place them that way. That's how they were growing.
Wow.
Somebody's eating dinner.
Yeah.
The cat wants my brief.
Anyway, that's the end of my show and tell. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like that's bringing us up to the end here, right?
May I ask a question, Luke? Do
Yeah.
I see there's no photo contest this year, correct?
I haven't heard of anything.
Mostly because you're not getting together with it for a December meeting?
You could do a virtual one though, don't you think?
We should. I don't know. Is Frank still on here? President Frank? Or is he gone? He was on here earlier. We should do one. I don't know. Why don't you tell you what? Why don't every one of you guys email Frank, who's our president, and tell him we want a photo contest.
Oh, you're evil.
Yeah, come on. What's his email address? It's njmaprez@gmail.com, right?
Frank Mara.
Now,
F Mara. Something like F Mara.
don't do his private. I mean, do his official one. What is it? Here, I'll type it in there. I just gotta find it real quick.
Listen, look, other clubs did the contest online. Why can't we do it?
Well, somebody just has to organize it. I know. I agree.
They did it online, so why can't? Why there is no reason why we can't do it.
You guys are absolutely right.
We could at least get it in the next newsletter. It might be delayed.
We still have time because the deadline is November 10 or 11.
Mhm.
Okay.
Depends on Jim Barg. I know he's working, right? He's working these days, but he might do it.
He has in the past.
Mhm. So I guess in the past, Jim Bark has always done it, and he's the one who always kind of set the rules like the way we did it. So I guess if he was going to run it again, we'd have to convince him to alter it a little bit. I know people have suggested to me that there's I think there's apps, like there's apps that you can use on your phone these days that will like facilitate photo contest really easily, make it a lot simpler than like the old ways of doing it. That's at least that's what I've been told. I don't know.
We already have a judge. Mike is offering his services.
Yeah, I say.
Nice, thanks.
Who?
Well, anyway, I mean, in all seriousness, if you guys said I was being mean, but I'm not being mean. Email Frank, he's the president, and tell him we want a photo contest.
You have the photo.
I put his email address in there, njmaprez@gmail.com. Okay, I guess that's it, right?
Okay.
We will see you guys all next
Thank
week.
you, Lou.
Thank
Happy
you.
hunting, everyone.
Thank you. Hey, you know what, too? Stu, don't be intimidated by iNaturalist. You can just download the app. It's pretty simple. You definitely can do it. You're a smart woman.
I have iNaturalist, or I've used it before and I don't particularly like it. But then I'm not much of a computer person. The reason I asked about the photo contest is because I would show you one particular good picture. Don't enter it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll see.
We're all going to bother poor Frank and poor Jim. We'll get them to do it.
Okay, it's my bedtime. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, bye, everybody.